When your cat elongates its body the instant it notices you, do you truly understand what that signifies? Sure, it may seem like they're simply loosening up. But beneath that ordinary motion lies something most pet owners completely miss. It's one of the most personal signals your cat can offer. And if you overlook it, as most people do, you might be dismissing the one way they're attempting to bond. Let's begin with what that stretch actually represents. Point 1. They aren't really stretching their muscles. Here's something most people never consider. If your cat were only relieving stiffness, why do they almost always do it the moment you arrive? Why not minutes earlier when you weren't around? Because this isn't about their body, it's about you. Scientists who study feline behavior refer to this as a social stretch. It's a purposeful action triggered by your presence, not by tight muscles or waking up, but by you. Think about that. Your cat sees you and something in their mind says, now. That timing isn't accidental. It's communication. And here's what makes it even more interesting. Cats don't do this for everyone. If you've noticed your cat stretches more around you than others in your home, that's not chance. That's preference. That's your cat expressing in their own quiet way that you matter. Most people see this and think it's cute, then move on. But you're not most people. Now you know your cat is reaching out. And if your cat never stretches when they see you, don't skip ahead just yet. What that means may surprise you, and we'll cover it at the end. Point 2, they developed this behavior specifically for you. Have you ever wondered if wild cats behave this way too? They don't. This is where it becomes personal. The social stretch your cat performs when they see you doesn't exist in the wild. Wild cats never developed this behavior because they had no need for it. They didn't have humans to communicate with in this way, but when cats began living alongside people thousands of years ago, something changed. They started forming signals meant only for us. Meowing at adult humans, that's for people. Wild cats only meow as kittens. The slow blink used for bonding with humans. And this stretch is the same. Your cat isn't running ancient instincts. They're using an updated behavioral system shaped specifically because humans became part of their environment. Research published in Animal Cognition shows that domestic cats have developed a unique set of behaviors used exclusively for interacting with humans. Not with other cats, not with prey, just us. So when your cat stretches in front of you, they're not acting purely on instinct. They're expressing something learned, something their ancestors never needed. That makes it more meaningful, not less. Point 3, their paws are quietly marking you. Did you know your cat has scent glands in places you probably never considered? One of them is located between their paw pads. And here's the intriguing part. When your cat stretches, especially when they need or press their paws into something, those glands activate. They release pheromones that we can't detect, but that communicate clearly to other cats. So what does that mean for you? When your cat stretches near you, on the couch you sit on the bed you sleep in, or right at your feet, they're not just greeting you. They're leaving invisible signals that say, this belongs to me. It's territorial, yes, but not in an aggressive sense. This is comfort territory. Safe space territory. This human is part of my world, and I want that known. You won't smell or see it, but to your cat, they've just placed their signature on you. And here's the part many people find unexpectedly emotional. Your cat doesn't do this with just anyone. They do it with the individuals and places they consider part of their inner circle. Point 4, why they stretch more for certain people. Have you noticed your cat stretches for you but barely reacts to someone else in the household? That's not random. And it's definitely not about who feeds them. Cats are highly selective. When they stretch in front of someone, they're not putting on a show. They're revealing who matters most to them. In studies involving multiple cats, researchers observed that cats don't display social behaviors equally toward all humans. They choose favorites. And those favorites receive more eye contact, more slow blinking, more vocal sounds, and more stretching. So if your cat walks past another person without interest but immediately stretches when you appear, that's not coincidence. That's preference. You're their chosen person. Now, here's the part that might feel uncomfortable. If your cat stretches for someone else but not for you, it doesn't mean they dislike you. It simply means the bond isn't at that level yet. Cats require patience, consistency, and calm presence. Their trust is built over time. 5. The stretch that happens when you wake up. Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning and seen your cat stretching right beside you, as if they were waiting? That's because they were. Cats are crepuscular, meaning they're most active at dawn and dusk. While you were asleep, your cat was likely awake for hours. They could have stretched at any point, but they didn't. They waited until you woke up. This isn't random. It's ritual. Behavior experts believe this type of stretch acts as a greeting, a reset, a way of saying, you're back. Let's start again. It's the cat version of saying good morning. And they reserve it for the people they feel closest to. If you live alone with your cat, this might seem normal. But notice what happens when guests stay over. Your cat probably won't stretch for them first thing in the morning. That moment is reserved for you. There's also vulnerability involved. During the night, your cat has been alert while you were unaware. That stretch when you wake up signals that they're finally relaxing, letting their guard down, and acknowledging that everything is safe. Point 6. Why they stretch directly in your path. Have you ever tried walking somewhere and suddenly your cat stretches out right in your way, exactly where you need to step? This isn't poor timing, it's intentional. Cats are extremely aware of space and movement. They know your routines, and when they choose to stretch right in your path, they're placing themselves where you can't ignore them. From their perspective, they could stretch anywhere, in a corner, behind furniture, somewhere out of sight. But they don't. They choose the exact spot that forces you to stop. This is attention-seeking, but not in a needy way. It's confident. Almost bold. Your cat is saying, I know you're busy, but I come first. And the truth is, they're often right. Most people pause, look down, maybe smile or say something. The cat achieved its goal, your attention. Some experts interpret this as a subtle form of control. Your cat is testing whether they can redirect your focus, and each time you respond, you reinforce that they can. Point 7. What it means if your cat never does this. So what if your cat doesn't stretch when they see you? What if you've been reading all this thinking, mine never does that? First, don't worry. This doesn't mean your cat dislikes you or that your connection is broken, but it does suggest something worth noticing. Cats who don't stretch around their owners typically fall into two groups. Either they don't feel fully relaxed in their environment, or they've learned that stretching doesn't get a response. Remember, this behavior developed for communication with humans, but it only continues if it's effective. If your cat stretched in front of you repeatedly and you didn't react, they learned that the signal doesn't work. The good news is that this can change. Start paying attention. When your cat shows any sign of reaching out, pause. Acknowledge it. Offer a slow blink, speak gently, or give a soft touch if they're comfortable. You're teaching them that their communication matters. For cats that seem tense overall, consider their surroundings. Loud sounds, unpredictable routines, or a chaotic home can make a cat stay physically guarded. They won't stretch because they don't feel safe enough to relax. Give it time. Stay consistent, and observe how things gradually shift.